I need to talk to someone.
Dear Ray Banks.
Yeah.
Sorry I expected a bloke.
I get that a lot. It was my mum's idea calling me Ray, as in Little Ray of Sunshine. You must be the doc.
No, Jimmy Clay.
You look like you need medical attention yourself.
Late night.
I'm D.I. Moore's replacement. For now, anyway. Just started yesterday. I'm getting to know the team. It's difficult for them having new people come in all the time, plus Eva's a hard act to follow.
Yeah, so you've got a rape victim?
Jo Sutherland, 17, got a lift home with a man called Leo, who raped and abducted her. Poor kid's not even been home. She just wandered round all night in shock. She hasn't showered or changed, so there'll be plenty of forensic.
Would you like to be called Jo or Joanne?
Jo.
I'll take some swabs. I need to do an internal examination, so would you prefer a female police surgeon?
I don't mind. Just want to get it over with.
Would you like someone with you? Your family?
I haven't told them. Do they have to know?
Well, you don't have to tell them. We won't unless you've given us permission. Some women never tell anyone. But, this is difficult to deal with on your own. The longer you leave it, the harder it is to tell people.
Could someone phone my mum?
Your phone's over here.
Right, Mark, what's it, reckon?
George, do you want to talk about...
Oh, now you want to talk about it. You see, it's a shame you didn't want to talk about it before.
Josie.
He's my brother.
What happened to you?
He got mugged yesterday.
Have you reported it?
What's the point? Doesn't matter. What's happened to you?
I'm all right, really.
You can use my room if you like. I'll give you a minute.
How can I help?
Babies everywhere I go. The surgery, the shops. Never noticed before.
This is about Izzy.
Yes, I want contact with her and I'd like you to help me.
Are you sure you want to do this, Jose? It's going to be rough.
I know.
I just don't want to see you get hurt. Because from what I've heard from these cases, that they're going to question you as harshly as they would with a suspect. They'll make you go over the details again and again, question you on everything, and they'll make out like you led the guy on or you asked for it. Now, it's meant to be really hard to get a conviction if it goes to court. Look, I just don't want to see you go through all of that and relive it for nothing.
Excuse me.
Look, I'll be here, but think about it, okay? Take care.
They want to talk to you if you're ready.
Rob's right, isn't he? Most rapists do get away with it.
Well, most victims never report it. They're either too scared, or ashamed, or don't think anyone will believe them. Well, we've got evidence. It's not just your word against his. It's a strong case.
You must have seen loads of rape victims.
Yeah. And sometimes they get justice. Sometimes. But you've come this far.
You know, I could understand Lisa's attitude if I were abusive or violent, but I'm not. You know, I've looked after Izzy properly. Any of you could testify to that. Even Lisa says that I'm a good dad, so I should have a strong case, shouldn't I?
Are you on Izzy's birth certificate as the father?
No, but I'm definitely her dad. The DNA test was conclusive.
And has that been cross-referenced against Lisa's DNA?
No, I only had samples of Izzy's and mine. But look, a kid needs a dad as well as a mum. I'm not trying to take Izzy away from Lisa. I just want to see her. You know, I missed the first 6 months of her life, but I'm here now, and I want to be the best dad to her that I can be.
Okay. I'm happy to take the case.
Fantastic.
But I can't guarantee we'll win.
He said he'd take me home. Said we were going the scenic route. We just got further and further away. Then he parked, and I knew. I couldn't get out. I tried my phone, but he took it off me. Then he...
It's all right, Joe. Take your time.
I really tried to fight him. I haven't had sex before. I was scared. I think he liked that. Afterwards, I knew I had to get away. I thought he was going to kill me. Told him I was going to be sick. He unlocked the doors. I got out and tried to run, but he grabbed me. I hit him in the face, hard as I could. I think I broke his nose. He bled on me, so I ran. Didn't look back.
Go on.
I went into a cafe for a bit. It was warmer. I must have dozed off. When I woke up, I came here.
Why were you in Leo's car?
I'd gone to see my brother. I was going home and he stopped and offered me a lift.
You go and see your brother often?
Yeah, I like it there.
How do you get home usually?
There's a bus stop just up the road.
You don't normally accept lifts from strangers.
No, I wouldn't.
But you did last night.
I
assume Leo was a stranger, right? You never seen him before?
No, never.
Or been in his car?
No.
So why did you accept a lift from him? Why not take the bus?
Rob said it would be like this. He said you wouldn't believe me. I want to stop. I need a break.
Yeah. And I want to catch this guy and lock him up. But in order to do that, I need you to tell me everything that's happened.
I have.
No. You haven't told me why you're in Leo's car. And I need to know.
All I'm saying is it might be difficult to get justice. The family courts can be quite closed. It could be a long process.
No, forget it. I don't think I could deal with another court case.
Daniel, we haven't finished talking.
I'm tired of talking. Okay, I just want to see my daughter. I'm going to find her with or without your help.
Well, that's about the worst thing you could do.
I want to change my statement. Leo wasn't a stranger. Not completely. Rob knows him. I think they're friends. I'd seen him at Rob's before. When I left, it was late. Rob didn't want me getting the bus. He said Leo would take me home. He was just trying to protect me. There's no way he could have known.
So you got in Leo's car because he was an associate of your brother's and you trusted him? Why didn't you tell us about the connection between Leo and Rob earlier?
I didn't want to get Rob into trouble. He was just trying to protect me. What's going to happen now?
Well, Rob should be able to give us Leo's address and we'll arrest Leo. It would have helped if you told us this before.
I know, I'm sorry. It was stupid.
Are you sure you're okay? You look dreadful.
got all my money. I'd only just been to the cash pot.
Oh.
You got any I can have till Friday?
Of course, darling.
Rob Sutherland, we need to ask you a few questions.
Wait a minute, you're not interviewing my son without a solicitor.
Mrs. Sutherland, it's informal at this stage. But Rob has information that we need if we're going to catch this man who attacked your daughter.
Well, that's nothing to do with Rob.
Just chill, yeah?
Anne, could you take Mr. Sutherland to the interview room? Mrs. Sutherland, I understand you've brought a change of clothes for your daughter.
Oh, yes. How is she?
She's been incredibly brave.
Stupid girl. What was she thinking of getting in that man's car? She's asking for trouble. It's upset us all. I'm going outside for a cigarette.
What do you make of them, Doc? The family?
Well, Jo wanted her mum told, but she hasn't asked to see her.
If that's Mrs. Sutherland's attitude. Poor kid. At least her brother seems concerned for her. What?
Well, he was really trying to talk her out of making a complaint.
Maybe he was just being protective. Anyway, I'm sure we'll find out. As for you, Doc, frankly, you don't look too clever yourself.
It's just a headache.
You've already examined Jo. We'll need another doctor to examine Leo anyway when he's arrested. You should go home.
What about Jo?
You've already done everything you can for her.
How are you doing? Must be hard for you, Jimmy, seeing someone replace Eva.
Yeah, you don't know the half of it.
So this isn't a formal interview, okay? We just need to ask some questions. Your sister described Leo in his car, but she didn't seem to know much about him. Not even his surname. I'm assuming you can tell us.
I don't know half of my mates' surnames. I don't know him that well.
But you trusted him to take your sister home.
But he seemed like an all-right bloke at the time. I didn't think he was a psycho. Just shows you can't trust anyone. I feel terrible about this. This is my fault.
Do you know where he lives?
Birmingham, somewhere, I think. I don't really know. I mean, I've never been to his house. He just comes to me.
Well, how do you normally contact Leo?
I phone him sometimes, yeah.
So you've got his number?
No. No, I mean, it's in my phone, which got nicked yesterday when I was mugged.
Can you give us Leo's description?
Hasn't Joyce already done that?
I'd still like to hear yours. Rob?
I can't think straight. I'm useless at describing people.
Try. Take your time.
Well, he's... I don't know, it's sort of... average.
Race? Is he black, white, Asian? Surely you know.
He's kind of mixed.
Rob, you wouldn't have any reason to protect Leo, would you?
Of course not. Man's a maggot. I want him locked up.
So do we. So I need you to stop faffing about and tell us exactly where he lives, what you know about him. Get the dog.
Hello? George?
I need to talk to you.
You want some coffee?
No, I haven't got time. I'm on home visits, only someone's cancelled, so I've got 15 minutes. Look, the reason that I am so angry, Ronnie, is that after Nick, we promised that we wouldn't lie to each other. Now, I've kept to that, but you have lied to me over and over again. I thought Eva was dead, you knew she wasn't, and you didn't say anything.
I couldn't. Client confidentiality.
Oh.
You have that in your job every day.
It's different. Jimmy and Eva are friends.
Yes, and I'm trying to protect them.
You lied to me. How many conversations have we had, Ronnie? Isn't it terrible that Eva's been murdered? Yeah, for me, that was real and you were faking it.
I'm Dr. Hassan. I'll take a look at you.
I need to go to hospital, please.
Yeah, we'll see. How's the pain now?
It's agony. Can you give me something? Diamorphine or...
Well, I need to examine you first. Take your jacket off.
You will give me something, yeah?
Lie back, try to relax.
You lied so well, so easily, for months.
It wasn't easy. And George, this isn't about how either of us feel. This is about Eva's life. She had to disappear. Everyone has to believe she is dead. For her own safety. Jimmy and I have to keep this secret forever. Do you think that's fun for him? For either of us?
No, of course not.
Are you just jealous because you weren't in on it?
No, I'm scared because you were so convincing and it wasn't real.
I had to lie. There was no other option. George.
I'm going back to work.
Rob was faking it.
I thought so. He obviously wanted to get out of the interview.
Not just that, he was hoping for some drugs as well. I say he's been an addict for years, heroin.
So why is he protecting Leo? I don't get...
Leo's his dealer.
Of course. As soon as Joe reported it, we looked up known sex offenders and drew a blank. None of them's called Leo or matches a description. We should have been looking at dealers instead. How's Rob?
Strung out, so he's genuinely not fit to interview, but I think I might know who Leo is. Leo Kendall's a local dealer. He's been questioned before. Pulled the same trick as Rob, fake stomach pains. I was brought in to examine him.
What's he look like?
20s, white, dreadlocks, chipped front tooth.
Fits Joe's description. Right. His address will be on file. We'll get over there. Dr. Hassan, you are a star. By the way, could you talk to Joe?
About what?
Leo didn't use protection. She's terrified she's pregnant on top of everything else.
Of course.
Great. I owe you.
Look who I found.
Oh, aren't you supposed to be at the station?
I just dropped in to get some paperwork. Need something to do.
Oh, do you want a coffee or a herbal tea?
Oh, you look like death warmed up.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle.
I hope you feel better, Jimmy.
If I was pregnant, I couldn't keep it. I'd have an abortion or give it away. Mum thinks abortion's wrong, but I think you shouldn't keep a baby if you can't love it.
Can you talk to your mum about this?
No.
You're not close.
They prefer Rob to me, always have.
Can you tell me why?
Mum says I was a mistake. She and Dad nearly split up. Mum went off with someone else. She wouldn't have an abortion, so she kept me, but...
You were never wanted, and she blames you.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what she thinks, but I'm not going to do what she did. I'm not going to be like her.
Joe, you're going to need help getting through this. If your family won't support you...
Rob will. I know people think he's a waste of space, but he's the one that looks after me.
Joe, how are you doing?
All right.
We've been to Leo's. We haven't arrested him yet. He wasn't home. But we've got officers looking.
He's still out there.
We'll find him. We know who he is, where he lives.
I knew Rob would help you.
Your brother wasn't exactly forthcoming, but it turns out we've had dealings with Leo before.
He's done this before.
We think he may have committed other crimes.
Well, what other crimes?
I can't go into that.
He's a dealer, isn't he? Where's Rob? Can I see him? Why did you lie to me? You said Leo was safe. I'd never have gotten his car if I'd have known he was a dealer.
Josie, never in a million years would have thought he'd hurt you. I'm so sorry.
You said you'd help me.
Of course, anything.
Then tell the police where he is.
I don't know where he is.
You know him. You've been to his house.
Really, Mr. Sutherland? That's not what you told us.
Why did you ask me to come over last night?
I missed you. I haven't seen you in weeks.
You wouldn't let me get the bus home. You said Leo would take me. You put me in his car. You insisted. He must have come round to sell you drugs. You couldn't pay for them. You didn't have enough money. So you used me. You used me instead.
It's all right, Joe.
She doesn't know what she's saying.
Shut up. Come on.
You off?
Yeah, gotta see somebody.
I'm gonna get out, get some fresh air.
Well, you've got a visitor.
If you're right, and your brother traded you to Leo for drugs, we can arrest him.
You'll need me to testify.
Yes, we will.
I want to drop the charges.
Why?
I just can't go through with this.
Joe, Leo Kendall is still out there. He'll get away with it. There could be other victims.
I'm sorry, I can't.
You don't have to decide now. Go home, sleep on it.
You're not listening to me.
This is my number, mobile as well. You can call me any time of the day or night if you want to talk. We'll keep all the evidence. You can change your mind,
No,
Joe.
I can't.
Joe,
Mum's taking me home. She's just getting the car.
think about what you're doing.
Listen, you've been very kind, you and that other doctor, but I just don't want to talk about it anymore.
What will you do?
Forget about it.
Can you?
I've got to try.
So you all pretend nothing happened?
Everybody pretends.
Playing happy families, Christmas, birthdays, holidays. You'll see Rob, you'll know what he's done.
If I accused him, it'd destroy them.
And if you don't, maybe it'll destroy you.
We're not a happy family. Not really. But they're the only family that I've got. They do look after me, but if I went ahead with the case, they'd probably never speak to me again.
Well, they're hardly speaking to you now.
Come on, Joe. Let's go home. I've been thinking. We'll go on holiday anywhere you like. Doesn't matter about school. Let's just get away and everything will be all right. I know I haven't always been fair to you, but all that's going to change from now on. Oh, I do love you, Joe. Oh, I love you lots. Shh. Oh, shush, 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 shush.
Come in.
You sure you're okay, darling? Do you need any more money? We'll buy you a new phone.
Josie, I owe you an apology.
No, we're not going to talk about that now.
No, I want to clear this up. Look, Leo said he fancied you, so yeah, we came to an arrangement. But I thought he'd be cool. Thought he'd take you out or something. You might enjoy it. I'd be sorted and everyone would be happy.
You didn't tell me.
I'm telling you now.
No, I mean, you didn't even ask me if it was okay. You just handed me over.
Yeah, but I didn't
No, you
think
didn't care. Just so long as you got your drugs.
I said I was sorry.
Look, just leave it, both of you. Rob made a terrible mistake. I know he feels bad about it, but it wasn't his fault. We're going to go home and forget this ever happened.
No, I've got to run.
Come round for lunch on Sunday, darling.
I don't know, Mum. See ya.
Joe, what are you doing?
I can't find my purse.
Oh, Joe, for goodness sake, you're useless. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I didn't mean... Joe? Joe!
It's disappointing, you know, but I still think that we can... Joe?
Oh, I've changed my mind.
I'm glad you know. Finally. I hated it keeping a secret all this time.
I didn't dare think how you must be feeling. For you and Jimmy.
I'm not apologising for what I did.
You don't have to.
I've spent months thinking about how hard it must have been for Jimmy. Having someone you love and not being able to see them or talk to them. Not even knowing if they're okay. I'm so lucky.
Well, I wish I'd talked to you sooner. Maybe you and George did me a favour. It was a relief telling someone, just to say her name. Then I was at the station today. They all still think she's dead, so I have to start lying again. You know, I can't go on like this.
You're grieving.
No, I'm not. How can I be? She isn't dead. It was horrible, but sometimes I think if she had been murdered, then at least I could grieve. I could let her go. Instead, I'm in this limbo.
I think maybe you just need to give it a bit more time, you know? Who knows, you might meet someone else.
I don't want anyone else. I want her. Sometimes I'm mad at her for doing all of this, and sometimes I'm scared she's in danger. Oh, I just miss her.
Oh. Well, at least she's still alive. Maybe she'll come back.
No. I don't know where she is or if she's okay, but one thing I do know is I'll never see her again.
I just want to see Carlo. He's sleeping. You can't stop me.
When are you thinking of flying back to Sicily?
This afternoon. You lied to keep her in the country.
I believe I'm doing the right thing.
And now you're sounding like a pompous prig.
It's Josh.
You were distracting me. Julia! Oh, Julia!
A crisis for Dr. Sloan when he realises he may have made a fatal mistake. Diagnosis Murder is on the way next on BBC1 Scotland.
These are tough and challenging times, and tough measures are called for if we are to make a change for the greater good. That is why today I announce a zero-tolerance policy.
Holby City, tomorrow at 9 on BBC1 Scotland.
What a sense of expectation here at Murrayfield. They have been rallying round this week.
And here's the reception for the men in green. Oh, what a great noise. Fantastic.